That being said, Kush, did you see Armin is trolling? Armin is trolling Ilia Topuria like you wouldn't believe, bro.
I mean, of course not. He's a good boxer. Why I should box him? I gotta strike him with my legs, take him down, clinch, and make him tired. He has one good thing, it's the boxing, and I shouldn't be on his range, especially in the first.
You guys let me know when you're ready.
I'll put him on the 100 next.
Okay, Arman, you ready? Ready for hamburger.
Arman Tsarukyan isn't letting up, firing another savage shot at Ilia Topuria, making it crystal clear he's ready to humble the lightweight champ anytime, anywhere. Furthermore, Arman Tsarukyan stated that he's staying ready in case the UFC calls him to step in for a fight. He mentioned that he's calling out Ilia as much as possible so that his voice is heard within the UFC, and he can secure the matchup he wants.
Well, Arman, I know it's coming from Chael Sonnen, but apparently you're fighting Ilia in December. Is that true?
I hope so. And I wanna fight for the title. I've been waiting so long, and Chael Sonnen maybe knows something.
UFC?
They didn't tell anything yet to me, so I'm just still waiting, training, and trying to call out Ilia as much as possible.
Arman took a jab at Ilia, asserting that Ilia knows he would be defeated and suggesting he should relinquish the title and consider moving up in weight. He emphasized that Ilia views him as a significant challenge, which is why Ilia is avoiding a fight with him. However, Arman Tsarukyan remains determined to claim the title. Tsarukyan pointed out that Ilia seems to be seeking easier opponents, like Paddy Pimblett or Justin Gaethje, to boost his earnings while avoiding tougher fights.
I mean, he feels that he's gonna lose that fight, and it's better to give the belt and then go up or wait when what happened with me, because he knows just I'm a big problem for him, and I'm gonna get his title. He knows that, and he wants to get easy fights with Paddy or Gage or with someone, just make money and do defend. But with me, it's gonna be hard for him.
Do you believe he's ducking you?
Yeah, for sure.
However, Brendan Schwab stated that it's not that Ilia is dodging Arman, but rather that he's being a businessman. He explained that if he were Ilia's manager, he would also advise him to choose easier fights. According to Schwab, Arman is Ilia's toughest matchup, whereas Paddy isn't as big of a threat.
If I'm the UFC and my only goal is to make Topuria the face of the UFC and build his star and sell out stadiums and sell fucking merch and, get this new TV rights deal and get as much eyeballs as possible, you do Paddy Topuria, you do Justin Gaethje Topuria, and then Tsarukyan's last. Paddy Topuria's the fight. No brainer. Strike with iron's hot, make as much money as possible, get the most views possible. If you're the UFC though, and you do Paddy Topuria, it's a win-win, dude. It's a sold-out giant stadium Europe somewhere, or Spain, whatever the fuck you want to do. Put in Spain, put in the UK, whatever you want to do. It's selling out. You're getting a huge fan base on it.
Moreover, he explained that Paddy is more clout, which makes it a low-risk, high-reward situation in terms of money and exposure.
Hey, Ilia Topuria, is he dodging Arman?
I won't say he's dodging him. I think he's being a businessman. If I was his manager, I'd tell him the exact same thing. Arman's his toughest fight, and he's still a favorite in the fight, but it's his toughest fight. But if you're Ilia and you're his team, you're like, all right, Paddy or Arman? Arman's a fucking problem. And Paddy, it is what it is. He has a little more clout than Arman. So even though Arman's ranked number one, if I'm Ilia, give me Paddy. I make way more money. Let's say he fights Arman. Say you were to lose, then that Paddy fight, you ain't making the same money. So I'm doing exactly what Ilia's doing. I'm fortunate for Arman. I'm doing exactly what he's doing. Topuria wins, cool. Build his star higher. We got the next guy, Justin Gaethje, waiting for him, or Tsarukyan. Keep building him up. If Paddy wins, you got another. And let's say it's a back and forth fight. You're just doing a rematch, making money. Who knows how long this goes?
In response, Arman stated that the world knows who the number one contender is and who deserves to fight for the title. He said that if the UFC makes a fight that isn't deserving, they will receive backlash. According to him, everyone knows who should be fighting for the belt, the fans support him, and he'll get that title.
I mean, people knows who is the best, who gotta fight for the title, and if they gonna make that fighter, people gonna try to hate them, because it's not fair for me, and for other ones. So they know who gotta fight for the title, and people support me, and we're gonna get that title fight.
Meanwhile, Henry Cejudo is enjoying all the jabs Arman is sending toward Ilia, especially appreciating the moment when Arman mocked him with the chasing duck bit.
You see, Arman is trolling. Arman is trolling Ilia Topuria like you wouldn't believe, bro. I mean, check this out, dude. I mean, he's doing the whole duck thing.
I did see this, and I thought this was...
Additionally, Kamaru Usman also commented on Arman's trolling, calling it a genius marketing strategy and a smart way to get his voice across. He said he liked it so much, noting that not only is it hilarious, but it's also an amazing way to create hype and entertainment, exactly what the fans want and exactly what Arman delivered.
Look at that. Look at that.
I saw that, and listen, I would say this right here. This is beyond amazing. That's funny. That's hilarious. I like that right there. I like that. This is gamesmanship. This is selling it to fans like ours. This is the kind of fans that we have that like to see this kind of things, because hey, these fans come here to get their daily dose of violence. That's what they want. And if you can build that up for them outside, this means more dollars for the lightweight champion in Ilia Topuria. This makes this fight humongous. So I like that for both guys.
Furthermore, Arman stated that he plans to wrestle and take Ilia down, explaining that fighting Ilia in the area where he is strongest would not be a smart plan. He said his strategy is to use his legs to strike, take Ilia down, clinch, and make him tired, and Arman made it clear that he won't box with Ilia, especially in the first round.
I mean, of course not. He's a good boxer. Why I should box him? I gotta strike him with my legs, take him down, clinch, and make him tired. He has one good thing, it's the boxing, and I shouldn't be on his range, especially in the first round.
Interestingly, Tsarukyan stated that if the UFC doesn't want to give him an immediate fight with Ilia, he's willing to prove himself deserving of the title by facing any contender in October, and then fighting Ilia in December.
Yeah, for sure. I already told them I'm ready. September, October, I'm in shape. I train every day, twice a day, and I'm healthy now. So, but if they told me like October with somebody and then December with Ilia, for sure. If they're not gonna give me Ilia, I'll fight with Hooker. But my goal is title fight, and right now I'm just focusing on the title fight because I know I deserve it, and I'm contender #1, and so that fight makes sense.
Moreover, Arman put his skills on full display and backed up his readiness to fight and willingness to prove himself by sharing training and sparring videos that show him giving maximum effort.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'll put him on the 100 next.
Okay, Arman, you ready? Ready for hamburger.
You're never gonna live that down. Never gonna let you live that down.
Last night on social media when I saw
It was
my
video.
wife showed me. I wrote Arman.
It was for video. I didn't eat.
To let us join, you know, everything for you.
Coach, I eat. And like eat the dog.
I said, please tell me you're not eating those. If you are, I'm done. Go!
Slams, coach, or no slams?
Slam it, slam that thing, go! Go, get down there, go! Go! Go!
However, Rampage Jackson praised Arman, saying that he's a beast, and noted how popular the narrative has become that he is the man who can take the belt from Topuria. Rampage expressed surprise at the amount of praise Arman is getting, acknowledging while Topuria is that man, Arman is also a force to be reckoned with.
God damn it, I mess up everybody's name. Arman Tsarukyan.
Tsarukyan.
Yeah, he's a beast too. Yeah, but a lot of people say that he's the man that can steal the belt away from Topuria, and I was like, wow, they gave him that much praise. I was like, wow, because Topuria is the man, but they said Arman is a beast.
Do you think he fights Ilia next?
I don't know. I look like it looked like Patty the Batty is trying to get that fight too, though. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna go on, but I think Arman deserves it though. From you know, him being the #1 contender and stuff in that way. I think Arman deserves it.
Well, that.
Meanwhile, Chael Sonnen noted certain understated signs that lead him to believe the fight between Arman and Ilia is essentially confirmed. He mentioned that Arman is currently deep into his training camp. Following a similar pattern, Ilia's initial response when a fight is booked is to publicly deny it. Since Ilia has recently done just that, Sonnen suggests that the matchup may very well be finalized.
Things. I mean, first off, I'm obviously coming to you with information that whether I should have or I shouldn't. Secondly, I was the best man in his wedding. His name's Daryl Christian, and he's the wrestling coach of Arman Tsarukyan. Third, I just spoke to Coach Cal. I wanted to come out and I wanted to film Chimaev training, and it turns out that Tsarukyan's in the room. And then a bigger tell also was what Ilia did a week ago, which is said, I don't want the fight. And the greats always, they don't even know they have it. They don't even, coaches will break them down. It's the same with technique.
Additionally, Rampage expressed his support for Arman Tsarukyan, stating that if Chael Sonnen's suggestion of a fight between Tsarukyan and Topuria proves accurate, he would firmly back Arman in that matchup.
Well, you know, I'm with Arman. If they fight each other, I'm with Arman on that. But Topuria, man, it's just going to be hard to bet against that guy. Of course. You know, based off his last 3 fights and what he's shown here, his wrestling and his grappling.
But Rampage, you've seen so many different generations of fighters. You've seen so many different champions. Is he that different compared to other things you've seen, or is it just his time?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anybody boxing so neat and so crisp and so tight.
Yeah, he's the best. Yeah. Here's the thing. He is a little bit smaller, and Arman is a bigger guy, and Arman's elite. So we'll get to see, I believe Topuria's wrestling is elite.
Moreover, Henry Cejudo stated that everyone in the UFC community, including the fans, wants to see the Arman fight. He said that even though Paddy is famous, nobody currently wants to see a matchup between Ilia and Paddy. Cejudo also addressed Ilia's statements about relinquish the belt rather than fighting Arman, saying that the UFC is not happy when fighters start making such claims, as it stalls the division.
Yeah, no, for sure. But to go back to it, Arman's doing a really good job of just trolling him. And it's to the point where I did a really good video on it yesterday. That shit went viral, man. I mean, Arman collaborated. A lot of these guys, Bisping, Cormier, Paul Felder, dude, everybody and their damn mama, they want to see that fight. They don't want to see a fight with Paddy the Batty, man. You know, and then Arman getting on the Nelk Boys podcast. And then he's saying that he'll never give Arman a chance, for the belt. He'll rather relinquish that. The UFC 1 does not want to hear that, man. Once you start thinking you're bigger than the UFC, you start to become public enemy #1. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, even though you are a champion, you do have 2 belts, you still don't hold leverage as you do. So if I'm a guy like Ilia Topuria, and he did the right thing.
Furthermore, Henry stated that even if you're a 2-division champion and hold 2 belts, you still don't have leverage over the UFC. He elaborated by using an example from Michael Bisping, as cited by Daniel Cormier, that when Bisping had the chance to fight Yoel Romero, he instead chose the bigger name fight against Georges St. Pierre.
Even Cormier, when Cormier mentioned it to Bisping, he was like, okay, Bisping had a chance to fight Yoel Romero, but what did Bisping do? And he said it to Bisping. It says you went after GSP, the bigger name, but the easier fight. Not saying that GSP is easy, but if you had your poison to picking Yoel Romero or GSP, I'm going with GSP. So it was exactly what Bisping did. So again, In
addition, Sean O'Malley said that for him, it's hard to picture anyone beating Ilia Topuria right now. He explained that it's difficult to imagine anyone stepping into the octagon and defeating him, though realistically, he added, Arman does have a chance and may even get the win.
Yeah, it's hard to picture anybody beating Ilia right now. It's hard to visualize anybody just being able to go in the octagon with Ilia Topuria and beat him. Just how dominant he's been. So it's realistically, they go get in that cage. It's like Arman definitely has a chance. He definitely has a shot. And in Ilia's mind, it's like, okay.
But O'Malley then spoke on Ilia's mindset, saying that since Ilia has become a massive superstar, his mentality would likely be to choose fights that are more rewarding and less risky than facing Arman.
Ilia's such a massive superstar right now. It's like, why fight Arman when you could fight Islam or, Gaethje's a bigger fight than Arman, I think. Patty's a bigger fight. So it just depends on where Ilia's head's at. Does he want to just go out there and, hey, I want the next best guy? I feel like he's kind of past that. He's kind of like, who's the biggest fight? What's going to be the most attention? And in his mind, it's not Arman right now. So I kind of get where he's coming from. Why risk it against someone that's not super popular, who's very, very, very dangerous? Arman's very dangerous. So, I kind of get that from, hi, baby. Kind of get that from, Ilia.
Adding an interesting take, Henry stated that if the UFC decides to make the fight between Patty and Ilia happen, then it's more of an entertainment company than a sports promotion.
Handler who is 7-2 in the UFC gets you a title shot, then man, there may be Laurent's quote of the UFC being more of an entertainment company is that maybe that's what the UFC is a little bit more, and I think people need to understand that game. But rightfully so, I get it. We got to give Arman the benefit of the doubt. He had back spasm. Maybe if you're not 100%, dude, you also don't want to sacrifice that world title. But I'm gonna ask you, Kamaru, and I get it, and let's get the bias of you and Justin Gaethje out, because you remember whether he did the UFC a favor or not. And again, dude, we're kids. Rightfully so. What do you think?
Moreover, Kamaru stated that if Arman is able to get the job done, he will have already made himself a star before even winning the belt because of the antics he has been pulling to build the fight. He added that Ilia is already a star and will become an even bigger one if he is able to stop all the guys, such as Tsarukyan, trolling him and calling him a duck. Kamaru emphasized that Ilia's job as champion is to take any fight that comes his way and defend.
If Arman Tsarukyan is able to go in there and get the job done, well then guess what, Arman? You have made yourself a star already by some of these antics that you've built it up, to build this fight up. And Ilia Topuria, as we know, is already a star. And he's going to continue to just be a bigger star if he's able to stop all these guys that are trolling, that are trying to basically, call him this or call him that. His job is just to be the champion.
Kamaru stated that he likes what Arman is doing to build himself up as a challenger, and he also likes what Ilia is doing as a champion. He said he appreciates it from both ends, comparing it to how he felt and found success when chasing similar goals. He added that all of these achievements and moments ultimately make a fighter truly happy.
He's doing all of this. I like it. I like it. I like it on both ends. I like Ilia Topuria doing what he's doing as a champion, and I like what Arman Tsarukyan is doing as a challenger, because I've been in that situation. Henry, you've been in that situation, and we definitely were happy on the other end once we were eventually able to get in there with that next contender and we were able to get the job done. We were definitely happy with that check that we got after that.
Building on that, Michael Bisping emphasized that if the UFC truly intends to prioritize performance-based matchmaking, Arman Tsarukyan stands out as the obvious contender for the title shot. Echoing Kilsonen's views, he added that should Arman be overlooked, the UFC would probably opt to book Ilia Topuria against Justin Gaethje instead.
Arman Tsarukyan is ranked number 1, okay? Whether he likes it, Ilia likes it, anyone likes it. If you want to do it on a merit-based system, Arman Tsarukyan is the guy. Simple as that. Now, if you want to ask me how this all plays out, I would like to say that Ilia Topuria fights Arman Tsarukyan, but I've got a feeling it won't be that. I think Justin Gaethje might just be the guy. I think he's the guy that gets to go up against Ilia Topuria. The UFC respect Justin Gaethje. He's been around for a very long time. He puts on nothing but exciting fights. Yes, he's coming towards the end of his career, and he's kind of digging his shoes in a little bit and then saying, hey, it's title fight or bust for me. And you know what? I think the UFC will give him what he wants.
In the end, the Arman Tsarukyan vs. Ilia Topuria saga is shaping up to be a full-blown storyline fueled by relentless callouts, strategic trolling, and a clash of business moves versus competitive hunger. With fighters, analysts, and fans all weighing in, the tension is already and steadily building. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified every time we drop a video. Let us know what you make of this scenario in the comment section below, and we shall see you in the next video with more exciting updates.